seus 70s, com quase 80 anos, Billy Paul vem a São José do Rio Preto pela primeira vez. E eu tive essa grande oportunidade de fazer uma entrevista com o rei da Soul and Black Music. Esta entrevista que eu considero a mais importante até agora da minha carreira e você vai acompanhar. Internacional em São José do Rio Preto, Billy Paul, que é o rei da Soul and Black Music. Vocês conseguiram trazer esse homem, esse showman para Rio Preto, Fred. Como que vocês conseguiram isso?
Isso aí foi fruto de trabalho, né? E a gente de persistência. A gente correu para que esse show viesse para Rio Preto, não deu certo no começo e depois, felizmente, por uma queda de data na Argentina, conseguimos trazer o show para Rio Preto. Isso é um privilégio para a cidade, é um privilégio para a gente, por estar realizando esse show. E é com muito orgulho que nós estamos aqui hoje, recebendo todo mundo e esperando ter uma das maiores noites, das melhores noites que Rio Preto já teve, com shows, em eventos, festas, como o dia de hoje.
Olha, a expectativa das pessoas é muito grande. Eu não sei se você acompanhou o Facebook, mas são muitas pessoas que passaram o dia e a noite sonhando com o momento desse encontro com o Billy Paul. Isso é uma sensação muito gostosa. Eu acredito que não teve nenhum artista que causou tanta sensação entre a sociedade rio-pretense quanto o Billy Paul.
Com certeza. Ele, como você falou no começo da entrevista, é o rei do soul. E ele causa isso pela simpatia, o tanto que ele é contagiante. Quem foi em alguma das entrevistas que teve esses dias aqui em Rio Preto, quem cruzou com ele no shopping, encontrou ele em algum lugar, pôde sentir o quanto ele é simpático, pra frente, uma pessoa brincalhona. Então é isso que ele vai passar no show hoje, não é à toa que ele é o rei do soul music e hoje vai ser um show inesquecível.
Então nós vamos curtir essa, que segundo o Fred, eu tenho certeza que ele tem razão, é uma das melhores noites de São José do Rio Preto.
Com certeza. Agradeço a todos, agradeço você, Malu, e espero que na próxima vocês acreditem ainda mais no nosso trabalho, como vão ver hoje, para poder acreditar, e aí vão estar presentes com a gente novamente.
Mr. Billy Paul, it's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to meet you for the first time. Thank you for coming to São José do Rio Preto.
Well, Malu, I'm glad you invited me. You know, it's always a pleasure for me to come to Brazil. And I've been coming for many, many years. And actually, this is the first time that I've ever been to this town.
That's all I was going to ask you. How many times have you been in Brazil already?
Well over 50 times. Sometime I look, and I hope I'm right, because really I've lost count, but well over 50 times.
And why is it? What do we have here that make you come back each time?
Well, it's basically because the Brazilian people love me and I love the Brazilian people. And when I come here, I sing to everybody. Rich or poor, or middle class. I sing to everybody.
What do you like to be called? Bill, Paul?
Yeah, Billy Paul. Some people call me Paul.
Some people call you Billy?
Well, you know,
doesn't really matter.
Most people call me Billy, but people who have known me throughout the years, in my family, they call me Paul. Paul. So funny because my mother, everybody else in my family would call me Paul, and before she died, my mother would call me Billy.
So, Paul, you've been married for so many years.
Yes,
Are you still in love?
I'm still in love.
That's why you sing so beautifully?
Yeah, well, I have a very, very strong wife. I have a wife that to tell you, well, it ain't been easy married to him, you know, because, you know, he's eccentric and but she understands me, you know. We have a very, very loving relationship, you know.
What's her name?
Her name is Blanche.
Does she come always with you?
Yes, she's my manager. She's my rock.
Right.
She's my love. She's the love of my life, you know. And she's a nice, most of all, she's a nice woman, you know. Very open-headed.
So all these years that I thought you were singing for me, you were singing for her.
Well, she knows I sing for the world. And she understands me kissing the ladies.
Why is it that women love you so much? Because you sing about love?
Women like romance, and they like for you to treat them very gentle. Those, not every woman. Some women, the more you treat them gentle, they like bad guys, bad boys.
But most of us like men that make sweet love to us,
right? Sweet love, that's right. And when I say that because I meet women of all calibers. Like when I leave Brazil, I go home for 8 days, and I'll spend almost 3 weeks in France and Switzerland. And I'm looking forward to doing that. Then I'll go on vacation to Vegas in October. And in November, I'm going to take off and get ready to come back to Brazil New Year's.
Oh, so you're coming back?
Yeah, yeah.
So, Paul, in the 70s, in the 80s, you got a Grammy and you have some hits like Mrs. Jones.
Yes.
That was a great success.
Yes.
After that, we've been the radios and been playing the same songs that we still in our hearts.
Yeah.
But no other song reached the hit that these songs. Why do you think?
Well, you know, it's like I've been working on this album now for like 4 years, and I've done so many albums that I have different hits in different parts of the country, and the hits that I've had have maintained me all the way through the years, and I've been blessed with that.
Yes.
Because it doesn't happen with every artist like this. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know.
My songs go on forever, forever, and ever, you know. And not out of ego, but the main important thing is that most of them, most people like them done by me, you know. So, I mean, other artists can do them, but they like the original artists to do them.
Talking about other artists, you saw many of your friends leave already, even Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I am very hurt because I've lost Michael Jackson, who was a good friend of mine. I lost Whitney Houston, who was a good friend of mine. He's the greatest entertainer of all time. Michael Jackson, the greatest entertainer of all time. We have lost some greats, you know. And just let me say that I pray to God that I can stay around, because it seems like I'm running out of friends, you know.
But for many people married to your song, now they have grandchildren that listen to you.
Yes.
How is that for you?
While I'm singing to 3 generations.
3 generations, sure.
And you know, the good thing about that is the demand gets bigger and bigger, you know. The other night, two days ago, I did a concert in Rio. And I sang to 30,000 people. That's a lot of people. But when the concert was over, everybody was happy. I mean, they gave me such an ovation that was that you know, bring tears to your eyes, you know. Like, and I love performing in Brazil, you know, because if the whole world could be like Brazil, and me performing in like the people treat me in Brazil, my job would be much easier. I'm
sure that's because you bring memories of love to these people, moments that they cannot forget, because when they have these moments, they will listen to your music.
And I always say, and in my heart, and I believe that till I die, that God meant for me to come to Brazil in 1973, 1974, and bring my music to Brazil.
Now I have a special question.
Yeah.
It's from Silvana. She's my hairdresser.
Yeah.
And she loves you and your music, of course.
Yeah.
And she downloads your music in the iTunes.
Yeah.
She asks you, how do you feel about that? When long play compact disc and now to the iTunes? You saw everything.
I hear it. You know, I hear it all the time. The iTunes. My wife is a computer. She stays on the computer, and the amazing thing is that she be going through all my music sometimes, and then sometimes I say to myself, "Oh, I forgot I recorded that because I've done so much work." and this is the thing that amazes me is I've done so much work.
You don't even remember all you did.
I don't remember, and I have to go back sometime and listen and refresh my memory to get the words. You know.
How old are you?
I'm ageless now. You know, I'm like I got tired of discussing age. Because
some people say 74, some people say 70, some others say 78.
No, I'm not 78. No, we can forget 78. I'll just say this. I'm in my 70s. But I'm not 78.
Okay, I'm in my
and then I can say this. I'm ageless.
So you're not going to retire because you are going to come back next year?
I have no intentions of retiring.
You said that you're going to retire in the 80s when you were in London.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
So
yeah, I mean, I had some personal things that were going on, and I had got tired, frustrated, and I'll tell you why. Because of certain people and certain promoters that in the business that shouldn't even be in this business. And I have a thing about promoters. I like good promoters. I don't like promoters that are crooks and promoters that exploit people and promoters that want to see you as just a piece of meat and don't know how to haven't cultivated themselves to treat you like a human being. That's the promoters that are. And I was going through some personal things with people who like, I'm a man, and a good family man, but I'm not a piece of meat.
So, but that means then that you're going to sing for the rest of your life and we see you next year.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct.
That's right.
If my health is all right, I'll be here.
So, thank you very much. It was a really pleasure to meet you.
Muito obrigado.
Now to the highway and out of mind. Tomorrow to me, the same place, same time. Up,